Welcome back to What's Going On with Gaming. I did Nintendo and PlayStation recently. There's a card up around there. Or you can check out the end screen where you click on subscribe. Maybe a like for me. If you like this, I talk about a lot of this stuff. But if you want to just pop on here, we're talking about Xbox today. Xbox. Very interesting what's going on with Xbox. And in a way, and I'll say this probably throughout a bit of the video where I really think that Xbox has pretty much devalued itself. It's like put a different spin on its brand and all that. It's gotten very interesting after the whole Xbox One phase. So let's get into it. So I'll be honest right off the bat. Whenever Xbox does like a video on like their state of play, direct and all that, I think is the most hokiest shit around. Like I don't know, it just to me it's like it's so fake in a way. I know it's not, and I know they're trying to like they're just giving us something, but it's just this weird feeling. Like it's either gonna be not too bad or it's gonna be like, yeah, no. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's kind of weird. Let's back up a little bit and talk about after the 360 era. The 360 was pretty fantastic in itself. And we get to the Xbox One where they kind of torpedoed themselves for a little bit with what they were doing or how they were going about stuff like online and stuff like that. So it isn't really the best to start with. So I think a lot of that hurt Xbox for a little bit, and it took him a bit to kind of recover, but it was kind of like there's still a lot of like emotional damage there and stuff like that. And then we get to Xbox One, which I think like from that aspect, like the games were kind of it was a little weird with gaming and stuff like that. What they focused on and what they extremely exceeded on was Game Pass. I was subscribed for Game Pass for almost, like I would say, like almost 5 years or so, like that. It was a great service. I actually had got it for cheap too, and I upgraded it for a year for only $1. So it was amazing. Loved it. And there was a lot of content, and they were adding a lot of content too, especially when they got some EA games on there and Ubisoft too. And then especially when it was a day one release right on Game Pass, well, that was awesome. Like that was really good. I thought that was really consumer friendly. Now, did it mean like a digital type of world? Yes, because we've lost pretty much almost all sense of anything physical with Xbox. And speaking of Xbox, Steam, Xbox PC, where are they going with this? Like, what brand is even Xbox? Is Xbox a brand anymore? See, it's we don't in a way we kind of don't know what's happening to an aspect with if we think like is Xbox gonna abandon everything and go to this PC type of side. Don't forget they have a handheld too, like that Xbox ROG Ally handheld. Something like that with a Steam Deck and with the implementation of having Steam games come to Game Pass, vice versa, other whatever, however they're gonna do it. Huge. Like PC games and like the content from there is massive. And when also too, when you go to like on the Xbox YouTube channel, you see a whole bunch of videos of all their like games and stuff like that. They got the Game Pass part down. That's where they're really excelling at. It's just we are unsure what what's going on after that too, because their new console, they're whatever they're going if we don't know. It's like almost like they're saying like you can just go play wherever, right? Play on your PC, play on like I think they at one point you could probably play something like Game Pass on your Nvidia Shield, which I have a couple times. So I mean, It's kind of like in a way they're saying like, yeah, do this and that. But a lot of the games that they have been doing, like Flight Simulator, amazing, like more simulation games too, which I felt like is a lost thing in there. You just can't, like, in a way, you can't compare with what uh PlayStation's been doing. If someone's telling you like, oh no, like Game Pass on PlayStation is really great, there's a lot of great stuff on there. Well, ask them what exactly are they looking at that isn't just old PlayStation games too, which is automatically should be on there because it's their own thing, right? But what other new content is really on there? Not really that much, right? Like I was actually really disappointed with Sony, like releasing their own games. I'm like, you don't have it day one on your own pass, but that could be a marketing thing too, because I know that like with Xbox, they said like it doesn't like it kind of hurts them a bit in the long run with money or whatever. So I mean, I don't know from that aspect, but I mean, like the expense to like for me too, like the expense of Game Pass did get up there too. There's still a good amount of content up there, but I had to walk back just because like paying the monthly price for like I just couldn't really like we don't have time to. If you play a lot of games, you might get like a lot there. Like actually, this is like this video of that like playing here's like 20 from last year. That's the like from the Tokyo Game Show. Like look how amazing like some of these games look. A couple of them are remakes, but like they're like a whole remake from back from like the 1980s, giving you a different perspective on the game, which I think is a little different. But still, like there's just a lot of content that's coming out for it, right? So it's the whole like we're kind of like stuck in this like in this pattern too. We're kind of waiting to see, okay, what's the next, like in a way it's like they're pushing out this generation now and they want to go to the next generation because the next generation it's I think it's gonna be very different where it's gonna be like it's gonna be digital, like physical it's just not something that's working anymore, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a thing. I guess like if you're kind of confused after watching this, like what did he just talk about Xbox? You know, I'll be honest, in a way, I kind of am too, because we don't really know where they're going. I just think that out of the three so far with Nintendo and Sony, they're number two, and especially with their Game Pass. You're just getting more content for the money when you do it, but still, it is pretty expensive, and we still don't know what they're going to do in other terms of like games. Like their games are kind of like they slow down a lot. I think a lot of these places too are waiting for GTA 6. That's probably the big one, and it's going to set the tone for a lot of things going forward. But other than that, nobody mentioned NASCAR 25, right? Anyway, we'll kind of see from that. Anyways, we got three down, one to go. Our buddy on the end there, Steam, which is going to represent PC gaming. I know I can hear a lot of groans like, oh, really about this one? Not a home console. It's not a home console, but we're talking in terms of content with games. What's going on with games? PC's got a lot to say about that. So stick around. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see that next video. Thanks for watching, y'all.